How do you describe the current state of rooftop solar adoption globally and in India?
So globally, there's a big gap. A lot of developed countries, so for example, Netherlands, Japan are quite ahead in rooftop solar. Also, you've got countries like Vietnam where they've had a FIT scheme that are quite advanced. But in developing countries, particularly in Africa, there's quite a challenge in developing rooftop solar. India's a bit of a laggard when it comes to rooftop solar. I mean, the target, of course, was 40 gigawatts for 2022, of which India achieved about 8.3 gigawatts. So there's a long way to go, and I'll be talking about that a bit today.
Okay. What are some key advancements of technological developments in rooftop solar that have occurred in recent years?
So certainly the increases in efficiency. So you look at the older solar panels, those are 14, 15, 16%, and now we're looking at 22, 23, 24% efficiency. So efficiency. The other one in terms of the modular additions in terms of how to install it. So different equipment for installing in a kind of an easier and more efficient way as well.
And how do these advancements contribute to increasing the efficiency and effectiveness of rooftop solar installations?
Yeah, so we've reached a point now where solar is far cheaper than coal. And I think one of the big challenges now in a country like India is getting them on the roof. So it's a lot of the challenges now are financial, they're getting the customer acquisition, it's getting the Discom interconnection request. But in terms of the pure efficiency and the pure economics, we're talking 3.5 rupees a kilowatt hour, which is kind of much cheaper than the new coal generation.
And what are the major barriers or challenges hindering the widespread adoption of roofs?
Yeah, so the first one's probably financing. So, like you go to, say, Germany or Netherlands, you go to the bank, you get a rooftop solar loan, it's just like getting a car loan, right? Whereas here in India, most banks don't have dedicated programs for solar rooftop loans. The second one is customer acquisition cost in terms of, like if I rent a building, well, I'm a renter, I pay the electricity bill, but there's someone else who's built the building, there's someone else who operates the building. So actually coordinating with all that is quite a challenge. And then the third one is the price. So there's a lack of a kind of a FIT scheme in India.
Can you provide some examples of successful rooftop solar projects that had a significant impact?
Yeah, so you look at Maharashtra, just had this tender for, I think it was 250 or 300 megawatts of rooftop solar. And they had a very competitive bid. I think it was 3.3 rupees per kilowatt hour. And so what I really love about this is it takes the advantage of tendering. So you have a kind of a competitive process, but at the same time you have distributed solar, which kind of reduces your distribution transmission cost. So I'm really excited to see that project get fully implemented.
What role can governments and policymakers play in the promoting and supporting rooftop solar initiatives?
So financing is one, for sure, getting the PSUs to have rooftop solar programs, particularly for MSMEs and small residential installations. The second one is, I think, seeing more tenders like in Chandigarh and like in Maharashtra that I just mentioned. And the third one would be a FIT scheme that would be linked to the coal price. So if you look at the price of a new coal plant, let's say it's 5.5 rupees per kilowatt hour. Let's say 1.5 rupees for firming solar, because obviously it only shines during the day. So if you had a FIT scheme at, let's say, 4 or even 3.75 rupees per kilowatt hour, that would be allow rooftop solar to be very competitive.
Are there any specific financial incentives or regulatory frameworks that have proven effective in encouraging rooftop solar deployment?
Yeah, so I mean, certainly we've got the Solarized Delhi campaign that was very effective. You've also got this tendering model that Chandigarh is looking at. But as I said, you look at, say, Vietnam, which did 10 gigawatts of solar in a single year. It was purely FIT driven. So I think you need a balance between the different tools, because different approaches can work for sure.
How do you see the future of rooftop solar evolving in the coming years?
Yeah, so I think we've really reached a tipping point now where the economics are quite strong, and this rooftop solar portal, that the national rooftop solar portal that the government has made, I think that kind of will help reduce some of these logistical barriers. And so I think there's really no reason India can't start doing 55 gigawatts a year like China did last year.
And last but not least, what advice or recommendation would you give to the individuals or business interested in adopting rooftop solar?
Just do it. I mean, the economics already make sense today. I think a lot of people say, oh, we'll wait for the future for the incentives to get better or the price to come down. No, it's already economic today. I've got a friend I was just talking to her. She went from 15,000 a month bill, and now her electricity bill is zero. She's in Haryana, and this entire system costs like 2.5 lakh. So I mean, the system is paying for itself in 2-3 years. So don't wait, just go ahead and get it done.